I've talked about on my show a lot of the reactions to the Club Q shooting. A lot of the people that, sowed the seeds of the Club Q shooting. The father of the shooter, total fucking psycho. First reaction was, just glad my kid's not gay. Proud of teaching his kid to be violent as a child. Bragged about it on television. So that's the kind of environment this guy was born and raised in. But that shooter's dad also said that they were Mormon. They were religious. Well, a lot of people love to tell minorities that religious people are actually great. How dare I criticize religious people? How dare I? What about the good ones? What about the good religious people? My opinion, again, is, of course, there are no good religious people. No such thing. But there are definitely bad religious people and worse religious people. That I can tell you for a fact. Right? Not all religious people are equally as ridiculous and disgusting and evil. But sometimes, every once in a while I see some religious nutbags out there and I'm like, fuck. That's some crazy shit. So in the category of fuck, that's some crazy shit, I present to you this fucking guy.
That club got shut up.
Hold up. I gotta fucking fix Ryan Grimm's audio because this guy is apparently not a professional. Hold the phone here.
Up the other day. Now, am I sad that 5 homos got shot? No, I'm not sad at all. As a matter of fact, I think it's a good thing that they're not here anymore to molest kids. And I'm not condoning anybody to do anything like that. I don't believe it's...
Now, once again, the largest group of child molesters, religious people. Throwing that out there.
Right to take the law into our own hands, and I've said that so many times. But here's what I won't be upset about. I'm not going to be upset when someone that hates God and actively is promoting against God and hates his guts and molests children, even if it...
Just throwing this out there. God is omnipotent. God is like an all-powerful being. But he has guts? How can I hate God's guts? Does God even have a body? If God doesn't have a body, how the fuck does he have guts? Anyway, let me rewind this shit, because this is getting a little nutso. It's a little crazy.
He is promoting against God and hates his guts and molests children, even if it is just their eyeballs. Yep. To have to see these freaks writhing around.
So again, that's the get out of jail free card. Even if it's with their eyeballs. That's the get out of jail free card. Because what he's doing is he's calling every LGBTQ person a pedophile and a child molester. But in order to walk it back slightly, right, instead of saying, oh, I know not all of them are child molesters. No. He's saying every single queer person, including myself, apparently, I had no idea, is a child molester. But most of them just molest children with their eyeballs. Yeah, that's right. And now again, that's the God shit. That's the magical thinking. That's faith. This is faith. This is what faith gets you. Once you're open to believing in things without evidence, once you're open to believing in magical stories without evidence, right? Why not? Yeah, they're child molesters with their eyeballs. There's no proof. I have no evidence, but I'll say it anyway. Why not?
And doing all these crazy dances in front of children. And then afterwards reading them.
Doing crazy dances in front of children? Like cheerleaders? At a football game? Crazy dances in front of children? What? What does that mean? What are these crazy dances that are going on?
A book or something. I said it's not.
What? Wait, I'm sorry. Pause that in the middle.
Doing all these crazy dances in front of children. And then afterwards reading them a book or something. I said it's not right to take the law into your own hands, but I do understand why people are so fed up, because our own government is protecting these freaks, and that's all you see on the media.
Is the government protecting freaks? Last time I checked, pedophilia and child molestation is illegal. Last time I checked. Who's the most notorious child predator in the country? Jeffrey Epstein. Who is Jeffrey Epstein friends with? Religious people, right-wingers. Last time I checked, raping a child is illegal. So, maybe, just maybe, the government's not protecting child molesters. Maybe, just maybe, not everyone you dislike is a child molester. Is it possible? Might be, I don't know. Now, once again, I've said this before, these fake reports of pedophilia and grooming and child molesting, what this does is it makes it actually much more difficult to track down child sex trafficking, child molestation, because law enforcement agencies that deal with child sex trafficking and deal with these kinds of crimes, they're inundated with fake reports. So, and they have to follow all of them up, because you never know if the fake report that you get that sounds fake is going to be the one real one, right? So, but what it means is they have less time to go investigate real reports. They have less time to investigate actual reports of child molestation, which means any of the real reports. Now, let's imagine this, right? You got 8 reports of child molestation, right? Then, all of a sudden, some QAnon freak says that there is a queer person spotted in that city, and now the 8 reports skyrocket to 516. Now, let's say, right, by the time that the agency is starting to investigate it, there's 8 real reports, and there's 508 fake reports. By the time they get to the real 8 reports, those people are going to be long gone. Those people are going to be much more difficult to track. Again, so the stated goal of these people is to combat child sex trafficking, pedophilia, etc., grooming. But the actions, and this is again, actions speak louder than words. Actions are more important than whatever you say. Their actions make it so that there are more child molesters. Now again, the biggest institution that has defended child molestation, religion. Right? So again, let's keep going though.
Right now, right-wing MAGA kills, these queers, and then some guy jumped in and helped them or whatever. Who cares?
Some guy jumped in or helped them or whatever? What?
I really don't care that those people got killed. And you're like, that sounds really hateful, Pastor. Well, it is hateful, because I do hate them, because they're a menace and a wart on the rear end of society. Amen. And there's nothing redeeming about them whatsoever. Listen, we're in America. We can say whatever we want. And I'm not inciting violence, so don't even try to go there.
Again, actions speak louder than words. When you go out there and tell a bunch of religious nutbags that these people hate God and should be killed, and then say, bro, I'm not inciting violence, but this is who we're dealing with. These are religious people, just so you know. And if you want to tell me, I met someone down the street from where I grew up, and their grandma is religious, and she was super nice to me and gave me a lollipop when I was in 7th grade, and I was playing with her grandson and after school. I don't give a fuck. Go shut the fuck up. There is no such thing as a good religious person. There's bad religious people, and there's worse religious people. That's it. They're all fucking crazy, all right? I'm not taking the chances. If I meet someone who's religious, every interaction I'm going to have with them is going to be with a 10-foot pole in front of me. Why? Because you never know when they're going to fucking do something crazy. You just never know. You just never know. I've had way too many experiences with these so-called good religious people where some major news story happens, they read it, And now they hate the queers again? You never know. They go to church one day and their pastor or whatever the fuck says something crazy and they're like, maybe I do hate the queers. You never know. They could snap just like that. So I say fuck that shit. I'm staying far the fuck away from religious people. I mean, can you blame me? Can you blame me when this is who we're dealing with? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Anyway, a little crazy. What are you going to do?